Hello. Hello, 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 hello. I am super happy. Super happy to be here today, filming for you, hanging out. It is almost 4 o'clock, so the sun, sadly, because it is winter, the sun will be setting soon. But that's okay. In the summer, the sun is out until like 8 o'clock, so we'll be grateful for it then. But for now, we'll suffer through. Okay, so I am going to do a little bit of soft spoken, some chit chat, story time, maybe some word repetition, whatever kind of flows freely. Some mouth sounds throughout the video, and I am tapping on a book. I'm also tapping on some coasters, and the lid to a candle, which you have seen before in videos, and it smells really good. It smells just like the candle. Oh. But specifically, this book, I am reading Fahrenheit 451. The cover to this is the new cover with Michael B. Jordan and Michael Shannon for the movie rendition that they recently came out with. I did hear that they changed a lot and didn't do a great job with this release of the movie, so I'm probably not going to watch that version of this story. But I read this in high school. Did you guys read this in high school? I think we all did, right? But I read this in high school, and I do private tutoring with a few different students, but with this student specifically, she is right now in her English class. They're reading Fahrenheit 451. So when I'm teaching her that, we're working on it with some of the essays. I don't want to forget some key things, themes, plot points, characters, things like that. So I am rereading this book. I'm on, let's see what page I am on. Page 100. That is suiting. Page 100, a nice even round number. If you guys have read this book, you know that it is very deep, very in-depth. It is about books. Obviously, the title is Fahrenheit 451. Apparently, that is the temperature that books burn at. So this is written in the past, but it's set in the future. So this is about a time where firefighters are not putting out fires, they are starting fires. So instead of the fire hose that they are using having water, it has kerosene, and they light houses on fire if there are books in the houses, because books are illegal in this dystopian universe. Books have become illegal because they don't want people to have controversial thoughts. They don't want people to think for themselves. They don't want, even without the reading in general, it's sort of looked down upon for people to be sitting around thinking, chatting with each other without constantly being tuned in to something. They have little basically headphones that they wear all the time, almost like an AirPod that is constantly in their ear everywhere they go, whether they're awake or asleep. The walls of their living room are all TV screens, and they call it the family. The actors in the TV, they call it their family, and instead of having children of their own, they just rely on the television characters to be their family. So pretty eerie, but very much makes sense and is sort of scary for the world that we live in now, with everyone always tuned into their phones, always watching TV, never really taking time to sit and meditate. So pretty interesting. But yes, so I have been reading this book. I thought it would be good for tapping, good for chatting about. But yeah, let me know if you have read this book. If you've not read this book, you might want to read it. It's pretty good. I used to, for maybe like 5 years, I just listened to audiobooks. I didn't really get physical copies of books. But the last maybe 6 months, I've been going to my local library and borrowing books and reading the physical copies. It has been really enjoyable. I sort of, sometimes when I first wake up, if I have a little bit of free time, or just kind of get the day started, having my breakfast, or typically right before bed, kind of a good way to wind down. I read a little bit of a book. So enough, I guess, talking about books, but do you have a favorite book? If you do, comment down below. I would love to know if you guys have any book recommendations, or if you had to read something in high school and you ended up actually loving it, or if you did read this book in high school and you don't remember how relevant all of this is, if you plan on rereading it. But I will set the book down and come back to this candle lid that smells delicious. Like we said, it is sweet jasmine is the scent, but really it smells like laundry detergent or like a flowery perfume kind of smell. I smell it. Yeah, don't you think? Okay. But I guess it's probably typical for a candle lid to smell really strong, like a candle, but it seems, I don't know, maybe it's because it's made out of wood, it really absorbs the smell. Almost overwhelming. I think I can smell this candle more when I'm tapping on the lid for some of these videos than I can when I light the candle. So I don't know if that's like a negative for the candle company, but it's definitely the truth. Also, I'm sure you guys have noticed I've been having my twinkle lights in all of my videos. I hope you guys like that. I follow Simply Kel. She does a lot of, she's an ASMR channel, and she has this really cool light that she shines on the wall behind her, and it makes it look like there's like stars, like a galaxy pattern on the wall. I think she can change the color of the light, so that's really cool. I think I would really like to get something like that, but for now I really like these little twinkle lights. It at least adds some sort of aesthetic. I don't know how much I have talked about my little routine lately, but I know I've at least mentioned it. But every day around 4:30, when the sun's going down, I like to take take little German Shepherd that we have, I like to take her on a walk because it's perfect. By the time we're done with the walk, it's getting dark, so it's time to put the chickens and the turkeys and the ducks, time to put them away into their coops at night. And I don't know if I've talked to you guys about the situation with putting the birds up every night, but if you talk to anyone who has chickens, they will tell you that their chickens put themselves to bed every single night, and that is not the case for like 10% of our chickens. We have 2 separate coops. They're in the same like fence area, but 2 different coops, just because we have, you know, several birds and they don't all fit in one coop. But like 90% of them, you know, they put themselves to bed every single night, but the rotten little 10%, they have a tendency every single night either to just be sitting on the ground outside when we go out there to put them up, or they're up in the tree, or we even have a ladder that we use to prop the door shut at night so that no predators get in, and they'll be on the ladder outside instead of in the coop. So every single night, instead of being a normal chicken owner where I just go out there and shut the door, my sister has chickens and she even has an automatic door that shuts itself every night when the sun goes down. So she doesn't even have to do anything. I have to go out there, instead of just shutting the door, telling them good night, I have to shut the door, obviously, but first I have to climb up in the tree and get the little ones down out of the tree, scoop the ones up, usually the turkeys, scoop them up off the ground, put them up on their little perch in the coop. It doesn't sound like much, but it almost makes me dread every night when the sun goes down. I have to go muck around in the dirty chicken coop and put all the birds away when they're supposed to put themselves away. But that's okay. That's okay. I love them. And you know, sometimes, because they are still in like the enclosure of the fence, sometimes if the weather is really nice and it's not gonna rain or it's not too cold, I'll just leave the ones up in the tree. Like, they clearly are going up there on their own. They clearly want to be up there, so I'll just leave them. And then in the morning when I let the other ones out, those guys are already like on the ground, running around, having a good time, getting the whole coop to themselves, or you know, the whole fence to themselves. So, but I never leave the turkeys on the ground, because I love the turkeys too much. I could not handle it if they got eaten by something. I love the turkeys. And yes, there are things that prey on turkeys, even though they're like 20-30 pound birds. Owls will come and like bite their neck and kill them. Possums, foxes, coyotes, we have all that kind of stuff around here. So they can get eaten, so I do not leave them out at night. But yeah, possums, it's kind of funny. They don't eat like the whole animal, obviously, but a chicken, a turkey, all the food and stuff that they eat throughout the day, they keep it in their chest. They have something called their crop, and it like helps their stomach to like slowly digest stuff in phases, so it stays in their crop throughout the day, and then at night it goes to their stomach. In the morning they wake up and their crop is empty, because it's been digested. You can feel it. Like, if you pet them, you can feel when they've eaten a lot and their crop is full. But possums will kill a chicken or a turkey or whatever just to eat the inside of what's in their crop, which is like, they could just eat that stuff themselves. They could just eat the food that I leave sitting out for the chickens instead of killing the chicken to get the food that's in its crop. You know, so it's kind of evil. I think possums look like hairy little alligators anyway, so I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, I've been tapping on this purple Lakers coaster, but I still have the white Steelers coaster. So gotta give that a chance, right? Gotta let it have its time to shine. had to pick between the Steelers and the Lakers, who would you pick? I know Kobe Bryant was a huge part of the Lakers, obviously, for a long time, and now it's more, well, it was like LaMelo Ball or LeVar Ball or whichever one it was, but I think he is not on the Lakers, has not been for a while. You probably just heard Tilly. She just walked by and meowed like 30 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago. So if you heard a strange little sound, that was Tilly being sweet, walking by. And I also wanted to tell you guys, this might have seemed like a normal video. I hope that it did. But I actually had someone who was very sweet and asked for this to be a custom video, which I do typically. I do custom videos all the time. People email me, we set a price, they buy the custom video, I send it to them privately. You guys never see it. Obviously they're paying for it to be a private custom video of something they would like to see, obviously something appropriate. But this person said that they would like to have the video for a month to themselves, and then they told me to feel free to post it on my channel so that I can get, views from it and have it monetized with ads and things like that. So I thought that was super sweet and very selfless of them. So thank you, person who requested this video. See if we can do both. You are relaxed, chilled out, forgetting about all of the stresses and troubles in the world, and just enjoying this time with me. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have an excellent rest of your day, rest of your night, your week, your month, your year,